Hey, I'm Philip A. Buck, and today I'm going to show you how I drew this Pikachu drawing. First thing I did was to look at a lot of pictures of Pikachu from Pokémon, and as I did this I drew the ones I liked. I finally found a picture of a cool model kit of Pikachu where he looks like he's about to strike. So I drew that pose and changed a few things and added some lightning bolts on his cheeks. Then I roughly sketched it out on a piece of paper at the size I wanted. And then with my light box, I traced over it onto the final paper. Then I lightened the drawing with a kneaded eraser. I then went in and made corrections for proportion and scale by looking at reference images. I began inking over the picture. Here I used little cross-hatching lines to add some depth to his eyes. Let's speed it up a little bit. I find it's always good to remember that it's okay for me to turn my drawing around and rotate the paper so that I can make the marks in the easiest way possible. Sometimes you find yourself trying to make marks against the paper or against a natural position for your arm, and it doesn't help. Here I've started to do a little bit of hatching to show some shadows. I continued that throughout the drawing. In his mouth, I did cross-hatching, where the lines cross over each other. I decided to put his tail in a different position than it was in the reference images. Since his stripes on his back are brown, and this is a black and white drawing, I decided I would use cross-hatching for the stripes, but not as thick as in the shadow areas. And I did the same thing for the brown parts of the tail. I used a ruler to add the horizon line, and then started to add a little trail in the dirt. I then started to use this tip I saw online, where a great comic artist from Japan who has done manga for years used a ruler and an upside down thumbtack to make radial lines of motion or light. What he does is he puts the thumbtack on the piece of paper pointing out with a little bit of masking tape to stick it to the drawing. That way there's no holes. Then you slowly move the ruler around the drawing and use it as a straight edge. Here I'm using a white Posca marker to white out all the lines where the leaf and other things should be. Is it Posca or Posca? I don't know. Here's where I start to add the lightning bolts around Pikachu's cheeks. This was a very fun part, but it was a little nerve-wracking too. I was afraid I'd get it wrong, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I wasn't worried about going over areas where I'd already inked, because I knew I was going to come back over with the white Posca marker. Once I filled in those areas that I didn't want the black lines, I then went back over the edges with an ink pen to add an outline for the sparks. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? Which Pokemon do you like to draw the most? And that's how I drew and inked this Pikachu. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe picked up a thing or two. Before you go, I'd like to share this Bible verse with you. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander, as well as all types of evil behavior. Instead, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. Ephesians 4:31-32. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.